Now then, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Rare Eddie One, and welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic time during this spooky season. I have a scary story, a exorcism gone wrong from London nonetheless. Let's get into it. I'll put myself in a little corner and let's have a look. Let's go. So here we are at Esquire. 13 terrifying but true horror stories reported to the news. From fatal exorcism to unexplained deaths and devil worship. These are some real life nightmares. A deadly exorcism. In August 2016 in North London, 26-year-old Kenneth Ife began acting strange and aggressive following a pain in his throat. He reportedly bit his father, threatened to cut off his own penis. We know a few of them right now, and complained of a python or snake inside of him before his family restrained him to a bed with cable ties and excessive force. As the BBC reported, the family then set about attempting to cure Kennedy through restraint and prayer over the next 3 days, the court was told. His brother Colin Ife told police, "It's clear that thing was in him. What we believed was a demon because it was not natural. It was clearly trying to kill him," he said. "We had to restrain him from himself. It was clear if we didn't restrain him, he could have tried to harm people in our family." Kennedy had been bound to his bed for 3 days without medical attention when his brother called emergency services. Explaining that Kennedy Ive was complaining of dehydration. He appeared to have developed breathing issues and was pronounced dead at 10:17 a.m. as the Independent reported. While police were at the house, Colin Ife allegedly carried out an attempted resurrection by chanting and praying for Mr. Ife. All seven of Kennedy Ife's family members were accused of manslaughter, false imprisonment, and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. A post-mortem examination revealed over 60 wounds, including a possible bite on Kennedy Ife's body, and his father Kenneth Ife, along with 4 of his brothers, sustained injuries as well. The BBC reported Kenneth Ife told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but denied that association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part in his death. After a 4-day jury deliberation, all 7 family members were cleared of charges on March 14th, 2019. Really? So, all his family members were cleared of charges on March. It's quite baffling, actually. So there's got to be more to this story. But if reading that, they're all fucking guilty. Reading that what? What? I was hoping for more fucking exorcism shenanigans going on, but there wasn't. It was just fucking family members being fucking harsh. So I'm gonna have a quick look in the BBC in the BBC News on the Kennedy Ife death. Family cleared of exorcism killing. Because there's got to be more to this story. 7 members of the family who were accused of imprisoning and killing a man during a 3-day exorcism has been cleared of all charges. Kennedy Ife, 26, died after he was allegedly restrained at his house in Enfield. Enfield, there's so much happens in Enfield, North London in August 2016. The Old Bailey heard his parents and brothers mistakenly believed he was possessed by evil spirits, so they set about curing him. All 7 accused were found not guilty of manslaughter. Mr. Ives' parents, Kenneth, 64, and Josephine, 56, along with his brothers, Roy, 33, Harry, 32, Colin, 26, and Samuel, 20, and Daniel, 20, were also cleared false imprisonment and causing or allowing the death of a vulnerable adult. Domestic issue. Jurors heard the family held deep religious beliefs and were connected with Jesus Sanctuary ministers in southeast London. On the 19th of August, Kennedy became aggressive, bit his father and threatened to cut off his own penis, so his mother sought advice from the ministers rather than seeking medical help. That's just a fucking normal school day now, that. The family then set about attempting to cure Kennedy through restraints and prayer over the next 3 days, the court was told. Roy said his brother's actions were shocking to hear, but he did not consider calling professional help because it was a domestic issue. Kenneth Ive told jurors he ordered his sons to take shifts and use overwhelming force, but denied that an association with cults, occults, and secret societies played any part in the death. The 26-year-old was pronounced dead after Harry Ive called emergency service saying his brother had been complaining of dehydration. A vulnerable man was tied up and killed by his own family as they carried out a form of exorcism that a court heard. Kennedy Ives' parents and brothers mistakenly believed he was possessed by an evil spirit and set about curing him, the Old Bailey was told. Allegedly used cable ties, rope and handcuffs to restrain the 26-year-old at home in Enfield, North London. Now, Enfield has a shit ton of spooky goings on. 7 members of his family, so yada yada yada, 7 members of his family all deny manslaughter. Prosecutor Tom Little QC said his own family decided that because he had become and remained unwell, he should be restrained with cable ties, rope and handcuffs. They decided that he should be restrained in his own home with them rather than calling 999. Ultimately, that restraint was a cause of his tragic death. Misguided religious beliefs. When Mr. Ives showed signs of illness in August 2016, his family believed he had become possessed by evil spirits and decided to restrain him, the court had heard. Mr. Little said the family put misguided religious beliefs about this young man being possessed by a demon or evil spirits before the obvious and common sense conclusion that he needed help and did not need to be restrained. They made an emergency call, but Mr. Ive could not be saved, the jury heard. The prosecutor added, instead of calling 999 or seeking other expert assistance, they sought to cure his perceived illness through prayer and restraint. Whatever this was, some form of exorcism will be a matter for you to do, will be a matter for you in due course. In short, the Ive family took the law into their own hands. The trial continues. So, by the sounds of it, there's not a lot of fucking evidence of him actually being possessed. Really, you know, no crawling up a wall, no fucking head turning. But no, obviously that's fucking wildly fucking dramatic. But there's, you know, cutting off one's own penis. That seems like the norm in today's society. But reading, there's got to be more to this story, and I will look into it for you guys. The poor young man had fucking died, whether he was, you know, whether he had mental issues, I don't know the full extent to this story, but a poor young man had died at the hands of his family that were, with all good intentions, we thought they were doing the right thing by trying to cure him with exorcism, but ultimately that led to the young man's death. What are your thoughts on this? Very strange. It definitely wasn't fucking scary. Sorry about that. It definitely wasn't scary, but it's definitely fucking weird. Very weird. Exorcism's gone wrong. I'm going to put me in Big Rarity 1. I hope you enjoyed this story time. That was a very, very fucked up story. I've got to be honest with you. Very fucked up. Very strange. A poor young man died at the hands of his family, by looks of it. I don't know what your thoughts are on this topic. Do you know more about Kennedy Ife? If you do, please let me know in the comment section. Please send me an email, Twitter, Facebook, you know, all that good stuff. If you like this video, please like. If you didn't like this video, I thank you anyway for watching. I've been Rarity One. I will catch you in my next spooky video. See you soon. Peace.